Senators have sounded an alarm over the growing crisis of non-remittance of statutory deductions by both the private sector and public institutions, warning that the issue is causing widespread suffering among workers across the country.
They said that the matter ought to be addressed urgently, describing the failure to remit deductions such as pension and also health contributions as a serious breakdown in governance.
Our team in Parliament compiled these reports.
Non-remittance of statutory deductions in Kenya has become a matter of concern, and the conversation found its way to the Senate Tuesday, with senators indicating that the non-remittances has formed the biggest chunk of pending bills accrued, especially from the counties.
And Mr. Speaker, the worst part is that now they are piling to be a major stumbling block to budgeting in counties because of the fact that they also come with fines. So in instances where you look at NSSF, there are fines that have been there. We actually did form a committee in CPIC with the National Treasury, Mr. Speaker, and my biggest worry is that the National Treasury does not respond to even some of these committees that we have formed with them.
Tana River County owes its employees 546 million in terms of remitted deductions in its pensions deductions.
According to the senators, most Kenyans have been subjected to unnecessary suffering due to non-remittances of their contributions, saying the lawmakers must rise to the occasion to address the crisis.
You can imagine somebody who retires and then they are not able to access their pensions because there were no remittances. You can imagine somebody who goes to be treated and finds that deductions being made are not being remitted.
But I think this should be a substantive motion in this House because it's actually a crisis in the counties. And Mr. Speaker, some of the people that end up suffering, Mr. Speaker, are people with meager earnings in the counties. You know, salaries of sometimes 20,000, 25,000, 30,000, 50,000. And then you wake up one day to go to claim even your share, and you can't get it.
The worry is that misappropriation of these funds or misallocation of these funds may occur because it is still within the control of the county revenue fund.
The senators have insisted that all 47 counties must be held responsible for any pending statutory obligations.
This issue be dealt with not piecemeal, relating to a particular cadre of workers in a particular county, but we should hold all 47 counties accountable and give a deadline within which all statutory remittances that are due should be submitted.
Meanwhile, the Senate has approved to hold its annual Senate Mashinani week-long sittings in Kilifi County. The sittings are set to take place in September. And nominated Senator Karen Nyamu has been forced to tender an unreserved apology to the Senate and students who had visited the Senate over remarks she made in the House while addressing the students.
I acknowledge that the utterances were inappropriate and fell short of the dignity, decorum, and respect expected of a state officer, particularly towards a young female learner who was in the Speaker's gallery. I reaffirm my commitment to uphold the values and integrity of the Senate.
According to the Speaker, Amason Kingi, the utterances were disrespectful, inappropriate, and fell short of the standards of decorum of the House. Kamchemenza for Prime Edition.